Good morning. So, again today, I want to start out with a quote. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore, fictional character, but I guess J.K. Rowling is the true author of the quote. So, are these dark times? Yeah, they are. We're in a situation where, we've established things are weird, things are scary, and things are sad. And again, it's okay to admit that. We have to admit it, and we have to acknowledge it to be able to really do anything about it or have any sort of impact from there. So we're in kind of a dark place as a global population. Where do we find happiness in this darkness? It can be very hard when we look at the news, when we look at the facts that are coming in, and we see that people are losing their lives, people are losing their jobs, people are, suffering greatly all across the world. It can really be overwhelming and feel like a very dark time. And in a lot of ways it is. But we can turn on the lights. We can find some light. We can find some happiness throughout the world. And one way to do that, we've talked about gratitude. We've talked about how to deal with fears, and those are both great. We haven't talked about kindness. And kindness, maybe more than anything else, turns on the light, not just for the person receiving the kindness, but also for the person doing it. I've heard among the many sad and horrible stories that have come about from this, some absolutely wonderful stories about things that people are doing, and people who have looked at the situation and gone, oh, nope, you're not going to win, darkness. I'm going to bring some light into the world. And I want to share a few of them with you. So Italy is the country that I think, alongside Spain, Italy is the country that's being, sorry, my camera's just at a funky angle. I feel like I'm just constantly turning my head. Okay, can't be good for my neck. Anyway, Italy is being hit really, really hard by this. They have an aging population. They were wildly unprepared for this, as we all have been. And they have really suffered a lot of losses. They've been under very strict lockdown for quite a while. And, we just entered a new stage of lockdown in Tennessee last night, and we'll talk about that later. So in their isolation, in this situation where they're not able to go be with their loved ones, to be out and having fun and being in public and engaging as a society. And let me tell you, that is what Italians do best. Like, of all the people in the world, the Italians might be the best at just being a society. They're wonderful people. So one of the things that I heard is, in this isolation, just to reach out, Italians started singing from one balcony to another to each other. And I can't sing in Italian, but there are all these videos out there you can find that are just wonderful of Italians just kind of reaching out to each other through song from a distance. They're leaning out their windows singing these beautiful songs, and it's just a really beautiful thing that they're doing, and so encouraging, trying to be a comfort. In our area, in Sullivan County, knowing that this crisis was coming, the animal shelter locally really stepped it up and said, hey, we need to figure out what to do when we can't come in and work. And all of the animals that were at the Sullivan County Animal Shelter have been either adopted or fostered and are safe right now through this crisis. And that's awesome. In South London, some middle schoolers, a couple of little girls, ages 10 and 12, they've been going around washing their hands first and writing handwritten notes of encouragement and leaving it in all of their neighbors' post boxes, so that their neighbors go and they find a nice handwritten letter just saying, hey, hope you're okay, or leaving just a little bit of positivity. And that's wonderful. A lot of cafes and restaurants around the world are just doing free deliveries, especially to elderly people who would be at the highest risk going out. So we're seeing just some of the best in people being brought out. We have people like Bill Gates who are so wealthy saying, I'm going to give hundreds of millions of dollars to researching this, to providing relief. We just have some wonderful things going on. So turn on the light. How do we turn on the light in our own lives? We might not be able to sing to our neighbors. Maybe we can. Maybe they appreciate it. I don't know if mine would appreciate it if I did it, but it's a nice thing. So what are some of the just short little things that we could do to interject some kindness into our own lives and to take that kindness and send it to the people around us, to try to do it in our community? So one thing, everybody loves a good meme, especially an animal meme, right? Cute animal pictures, animal memes, love them. At random, send one to someone you haven't talked to in a while. And maybe just say, hey, thinking of you, or maybe don't say anything and just send them a hilarious picture of a cat, or even better, send them TikTok hamster. And then you're doing two things because you're preparing them for, being more informed about what to do and sharing an adorable hamster. So that would be a great one. Invite one of your friends, or again, somebody maybe that you haven't talked to in a while, somebody that you think maybe needs a friend right now. If you have, an older person in your family that you're not able to see, that's a little bit lonely, ask them if they want to video chat and watch a movie at the same time. My friend in Kansas and I do this. We pick a movie in the evenings and say, okay, tonight we're going to watch, I don't know, The Importance of Being Earnest. And we set up a video call and we watch the movie, and it's kind of like being there. And it always makes me feel better when she just says, hey, you want to watch a movie? I'm like, ooh, yeah. Something I've been doing that you could do is baking for my neighbors. Like I said yesterday, I've gotten really good at making cheesecakes. I'm also pretty good at making cookies and things like that. I have neighbors that for various reasons really can't get out in this. They really have to be careful with their health during this. My neighbor across the street, she and her husband have a little boy, just like I do, and they don't want to risk exposing him. She also is expecting another little boy, so, we really want to keep her safe. And I've been baking cheesecakes and just dropping them on the porch. Or cookies and dropping them on the porch. My neighbors next door will make food, leave it over there, and it really means a lot to them, and it makes me feel good when I do it. Start an online class. If you're really good at something, maybe I should do a motivational speaking class. I'm just kidding. But if you have a skill, like I know so many of you out there, off the top of my head, I'm thinking of Brittany, I'm thinking of Austin, I'm thinking of, just so many of you are amazing artists. You're really, really good. And you could easily talk about how to draw, talk about some of this stuff, and post it. Make a YouTube channel and invite people to join. Start an online class for free. That's a kindness, something that you can do. If you're good at baking, start a baking channel. If you're good at drawing, start a drawing channel. If you are really good at makeup, do some makeup tutorials. If you're really good at dancing, show somebody how to do it. Help someone find something to do in this time when we're locked inside and bored. If you're able, and your parents are okay with it. Sorry, now my foot's asleep. I'm telling you, I miss my desk chair. I don't miss, getting up at 5 a.m. and getting ready, but I do miss that squishy chair. I had it all broken in. Ask your parents if you can send a pizza to someone. A lot of times, pizza is pretty inexpensive, and maybe you know that somebody is struggling to get enough food, or maybe you know that somebody just is really craving a pizza, And if you have someone's address, just send them a pizza. Paid for, of course. Don't send a pizza to their house and then have them be like, "What? Pizza? Now I have to pay for it?" Oh, don't do that. That's a total jerk move. But you can go online to Papa John's and a lot of other places and just order one, pay for it, have it sent. Lots of little things like this that we can do. So many acts of kindness. I would love to hear in the comments different acts of kindness that you could think of. In your own house, you can do random acts of kindness. I've started really putting a lot of effort into making spectacular lunches. My husband works really hard from the basement, but in the office downstairs, and he's on the phone all day. So I've started just really trying to make lunch good and drop it off. And that's a small act of kindness for someone I love, and it makes me feel better when I do it. I take time to tell my cat that I love him, even when he knocks over my drinks, which he did do right after the last video. So, just look for these occasions. Look for little ways to inject a little kindness into the world. And what you will be doing in the darkest of times is finding happiness by flipping on the lights. As always, I hope you are well. I hope to see several of you soon in my Google Meet practice session. And I look forward to hearing from you all. So take care, stay well,